So one of the questions that seems to come up a lot with customers is talking about deburring and what options we have here at Wisconsin Metal Parts. Generally speaking, we would work to your deburring standards if you have any, or we're going to work to what you have on your part prints. So in this case, on a CNC machine part, we understand that it's not acceptable to send parts with burrs on them. Typically, we would try to incorporate some deburring into our cycle where we would put chamfers around holes or shapes, or we would do some kind of secondary operation. But there are times when having sharp edges could be something that is desirable, and again, we would refer back to your part print in those situations. Now, if we're looking at something for metal stamping or CNC punching or laser cutting, it's an industry standard that generally 10% of material thickness is acceptable for a burr on a part. Really what you're going to end up, there's not much of a burr to feel on this part that's been laser cut, but if you run your fingernail, you can feel it grab a little bit. If that still works for your application, this part is done, we can ship it. If that's not good enough, then we have to start looking at secondary operations. So with those, we can look at tumbling, and tumbling is actually inside of a barrel, and the parts are in there with some kind of a media, and they are tumbling upon one another to be able to roll those edges over. Vibratory deburring is another option where we have a giant bowl where parts get put in along with some kind of media, and they vibrate upon each other and also with that media and get those edges rolled over. Both of those can be done wet or dry. So in the wet stage, we could put some kind of a cleaner in there to help clean the parts. We could also put some kind of a rust inhibitor in there so that they have a coating on them once they come out. Depending on the aggressiveness of the media that's in there or how long the parts are in there will determine how much of those edges get rolled over. We can also put corn cobs or other types of things in there that would help polish and give a little brighter finish to stamp parts or smaller parts. If we're looking at larger parts, we have a sanding and polishing machine here where we can put the parts through on a belt, and there's a series of abrasive belts and also spinning wheels in here that will roll over these edges. Again, depending on how aggressive we get and depending on what grit we use, will determine how much those edges get rolled over and what kind of a finish we leave on the parts. So our goal here is to give you what you need in order to make sure that your parts are functional for what you need without spending extra money. We want to help you spend your money wisely. If you would like to see more things that we have for educational videos or product examples or even a facility tour, please go to our website at wisconsinmetalparts.com, and we have all that information there. And at Wisconsin Metal Parts, we're here to help you get your metal into shape.